Greetings, everyone. This is Dr. Monica Y. Jackson, the visionary for the M4 Summit, that stands for the Men with the Message on a Mission, Creating a Movement. I'm coming to you the day after the summit, and I just wanted to take the time to reflect. If you did not attend, or even if you have attended the summit, I encourage you to go back and listen to the replays. Those who did not attend, the replays will be available shortly for purchase. Go over to drmonicajackson.com. I'll put the link in /M4 Summit. I'll put the link in the description. Also, please take advantage of the resource guide directory, M4 Summit. Here is the cover. I just want you to see that. But I want to take the time out to thank each one of the speakers again for sharing their truths, their raw truths. And I'm just so honored. Again, I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Let me call you by name again. Eric Cannon in Canada, Drew Deraney from New Jersey, Luke Greenhart in Portugal, Justin Hall in California, Matt Hilliard in Canada, Calvin Jackson from California, Robert Mandelson in Canada, Dr. Donald Morton, Georgia, Dante Pitts, Texas, Schwartzen Priscille, California, David Slaney, California, Ray Taylor, Texas. These 12 individuals I call the Dynamic Dozen, were magnificent. I don't even know where to start. This event broke down myths about men. This was an educational event. This is something you don't hear, we don't see, society doesn't tell us about. Men do communicate, ladies. They communicate very well. Men do feel. Men feel deeply. Men are angered. Black men are angry because of and all other men. I'm saying black because that's who I'm most affiliated with. Angry because there's no way to release anywhere else. What happens in the home stays in the home. You don't talk about those things. I am so honored as a black woman to have been given this vision. But I want to tell you a few things that happened after the summit, behind the scenes, that really touched me. I had a white man, and I'm using race because it's important right now, who came to me and told me he felt small. He felt very small. And I was saying, why do you feel small? He said, because listening to these men speak, it hurt him. He just didn't know. As a white man, he had no understanding of what the realities of what black men have experienced, the level of hurt and pain endured. And he even said that he thought he was watching television. With that statement, television is all some people have. That's all the knowledge that they have. So whatever the television portrays of people is what you may see of people. Let that sink in. So should you back away from the television? Because we all have biases. But I told him there's no way for us to, any of us, to know everything. Also, we all have some prejudice. We all have some biases, whether we want to believe it or not. The skin of my color does matter. For me, it matters for a lot of people. It's not an easy conversation. And let me tell you why. One of the attendees who actually watched it a couple of times with us live contacted me yesterday and said it was an amazing event. And he said that he listened to the various speakers. He told me who he listened to, but this was the statement he made as a black man. I did not listen to the white speakers. Listen to that. A black man said, I didn't listen to the white speakers. I'm sharing this because race does matter. Racism is on both sides of the aisle. My message to him was, but what did any of those white men on my summit do to you? Just because you experience something from one white person or even one black person is not representative. What you see on TV is not representative. Even when it comes to religion, the beliefs, our beliefs aren't the only way because we don't know. We've been so conditioned to conform. There are some things that's just not going to go away in life. I don't care how much you pray about it. It's not going away. That's not being negative or lacking positivity or being optimistic. It is reality, and we don't want to face it. Racism is always going to be here. Sexism is always going to be here. Discrimination is always going to be here. And the only person you can change is yourself and your perspective of that situation. You have no control of how someone else is going to receive it. So sometimes we can only take care of the things that we can take care of and address those things. Those were just a couple of things that was stated. Some people were offended by some statements that were made, and I felt the resistance and the attacking because one person's beliefs weren't someone else's beliefs. Let's stop defending institutions, people, and places just because of loyalty. Let's learn to listen and understand from someone else's perspective. Because I even said to everyone is everything is an opinion if it hasn't been experienced, because it's been passed down to you as a belief that someone has given you, but it's not known. So be careful of standing in your reality and what your truths are. I am so proud of this event because we had men who were under 30 on this panel. And we had men over 60 in this panel of 12. I am so blessed by the men under 30. And the reason why, they are able to get some knowledge that we weren't able to get. And they can live differently because of what they acquired and took away. My speaker who I resonated with the most, and if you heard me presenting the summit, is Ray Taylor, a male under 30 years old, homosexual, and he talks about his family wounds and church hurt. I resonate with that most, and that's why I resonate. The same experience that he felt, the hate, the torture that he endured in his family and the church, that's where I relate. And so that's my connection with him. And that's why I was able to listen to him. Growing up as Christian has nothing to do with me accepting his homosexuality or not. First of all, that's none of my business. What he chooses to do is none of my business. Finally, none of us have been to heaven to know if a homosexual is going to be there or not. And quite frankly, some of these people that we can't get along with here on earth, do we really want to see them in heaven? We want to be with them after if we can't even get along with them here. So there's some things to think about. I encourage you to purchase the replay when it becomes available. The files are being processed. Again, I will drop the link. They will be available probably in another week or two. So make sure you can be able to pre-order. I'll make sure that the website page is set up for that purpose. The second thing, what's coming after the M4 Summit? There will be a documentary. I'm speaking it. And the reason why, these 12 men spoke things that we will never have an opportunity to ever hear. And we need to hear it. If we don't speak about anything, we will, one, never know, and two, we will never change. Some things in life are just not going to change, but as individuals, we can make some changes and adjustments. The second thing will be happening is an anthology. An anthology. Some people like to see things, so that's why we do the documentary. Some people like to read things. That's why we'll be doing the anthology. So I'm looking for partnerships on these two things. Please reach out to me. Go to my website, drmonicajackson.com/M4 Summit. Look at all of the information. I want to thank every single person, every sponsor. I want to shout out to my girl, Omega, for writing the theme song, Man Down. If you go to the website, you can download that. Go and download and purchase that single because it's so powerful. Again, I thank you for participating in the summit. To my my dynamic dozen, Much love, much respect to you guys. We will be in touch. We will stay connected. We will stay in touch. And we will make a difference through the M4 Summit. Have an amazing day. It's a beautiful day here in California. As you can see, I'm sitting on my patio and just wanted to come out and record a little something after the summit, now that I've had a little chance to digest it. Thank you so much. Much love, much respect to every man. Okay? Too many men ups leads to men down. So we are rebranding man upping.